The National Human Rights Commission says reports filed in by its observers across the 36 states indicate that incidents of electoral violence were prevalent. Addressing the media in Abuja on Sunday, the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, said in Kogi State, party agents were allegedly shot at by opposition thugs. Clever News Imefono Kon was there and now tells us more.
Presenting its preliminary findings of the 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections, the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, said apart from Kogi State, where party agent was allegedly shot by an opposition party thugs, in Lagos and Rivers States, there were reported incidents of ballot snatching and attacks on voters and INEC officials, among other issues.
There were various reports of attempts to intimidate voters and INEC officials by party supporters and thugs. These reports were received from states such as Rivers State, Delta State, Lagos State, Kogi State, and Imo State. Nhrc monitors reported that in 8% of the polling units, accreditation and voting were disrupted for various reasons, including malfunctioning of election equipment and incidents of violence. Vote buying. Vote buying was reported in 42 locations across the country by our human rights monitors, particularly in Lagos, in Imo, in Sokoto, in Jigawa, in Edo, in Nasarawa, and in Kogi states. Voters were offered money or other incentives to influence their votes. Law enforcement agents. Generally, it was observed that the conduct of law enforcement and security personnel deployed to ensure a peaceful election was commendable. However, the Commission notes that the inability of law enforcement agents and security agents to stop violence at the polling units. And there were cases of human rights violations attributed to security agents, including the use of force, and also there were extrajudicial killings. In terms of crowd control, it was reported that in some polling units, the crowd was overwhelming and security personnel were few in numbers.
In its recommendations, the Human Rights Commission boss therefore called on the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to ensure that Nigerians who were disenfranchised on election day are able to vote in the rescheduled elections.
It should reappraise its logistics strategy to ensure that materials and personnel arrive on time during the governorship and House of Assembly elections in March. The National Human Rights Commission calls on the Nigerian Police Force and other law enforcement and security agencies who are to secure the elections to ensure security of electoral materials and personnel in the rescheduled elections and the forthcoming governorship and House of Assembly elections. The security agencies are to continue to maintain political neutrality and impartiality in election operations, and they are to arrest and prosecute all cases of political violence, including attacks and snatching of ballot boxes and materials, and this they will have to do in collaboration with INEC.
The Commission used the occasion to call on all Nigerians to remain calm, patriotic, eschew violence, and loyal to the laws of the land. Recall that Human Rights Situation Room was set up at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja to monitor the conduct of the elections and receive complaints of human rights violation from the 36 states and the FCT. Imefono Kon, reporting for Clearview News.